So the urge to create something new out of these photos that we already have is so satisfying because the work's already done and the work is going to be continuing regardless of if we make something new of it or not. The question is, what are you doing with the photos if you're just manically taking them and not taking the time to really sit with it while you're in that season and notice and witness and realize the life you're living while you're living it, not when you're looking back and wondering where the time has gone. Help Me See is a podcast based in intention, purpose, and heart. Vulnerable, real conversations challenging the norms and empowering you to harness your intentional vision for your purposeful life. Around here, we're not about the small talk. We're unpacking all of the unnecessary crap that we've carried with us for far too long. Some of these episodes are solo style. I like to call them my little audio journal with my innermost thoughts that leave me thinking, am I the only one that feels like this? And then some super inspiring guests having conversations that I truly feel like are needed in today's world. Listen into a new episode every Wednesday and leave inspired by your everyday with the deep peace of knowing that you're not alone and have the innate power to make this life count. Okay, first, a quick real talk TED Talk, and then onto the episode. Today, I am coming to you with manic energy. Today, I am choosing to record this podcast in the middle of not feeling so great. I think it's important to not always show up in our most idyllic and composed versions of ourselves, because not only does it not give space to the people around us to feel safe and understood, but also you're shielding yourself and you're stopping yourself from showing up in the world fully. You know, if I only quote unquote exposed myself in ideal circumstances, then what is it that I'm really doing? What is it that I'm really sharing? Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. Okay, on to the episode. I am talking today about basically what I feel would be an amazing way to honor and actually do something with the millions of photos we have and we take of our lives. Think of like a really cool book club, but with art made from your life's memories. So excited. I've been really thinking about this for a long time because it's one of the most common threads that I hear constantly. It's like, I don't know what to do with all of this. I don't know what to do with all of these photos. And I just have this idea that gives me a fire in my belly, and I want to share it with you. And I hope that you reach out. I want to hear your thoughts. I hope that what I'm sharing excites you as much as it excites me. So let's dive in. In 2022, 54,400 photos are taken every second. That's 196 million per hour, 4.7 billion per day, 143 billion per month, and 1.72 trillion per year. And my question is, what the fuck are we doing with all of these photos? What are we doing with them? What are you doing with them? I think that it is absolutely amazing that we are living in a time where we have the opportunity to chronicle our lives in this way. There was this other stat that I read. It was mind-blowing. And there was in 2014, they were saying that 1.8 billion digital images were uploaded every single day. And that's way out of date now. But they were saying that means in 2014, every 2 minutes, humans take more photos than ever existed in total 150 years ago. That is so mind-blowing. So when we distill that down to what that means for us personally, I think of it as we have such an opportunity to be documenting our lives and using documentation as a way to emote and express and process, right? I mean, this is has a lot to do with my course, Manifest Your Memories, when thinking about using your photographic practice as a way of mindfulness, as a way of being intentional in your life, and as a way of kind of like a meditation for yourself. But as we're taking these photos, I want to know what we're doing with them. I feel like we have this impulse, this pull to take the photo. And then we have them, and it's on oftentimes milestones or deciding that you want to create a photo book, which happens sporadically at best, that we actually do something with these photos, actually have them come into physical form. But what if there was a way, a more fulfilling way, to actually reap the deep benefits of this work that we're already doing? We're already taking these photos of our lives, but what if we use the photos that we take as a way to build a more consistent practice for gratitude in our lives, a way to help us reflect more often and be more engaged with the day-to-day, and thereby kind of combating that life's a blur. I blinked and all of a sudden it's, 2 years later. Like, what if there was a practice? What if there was a community that connected with each other and shared their memories and their pictures? What if it was like a show and tell for grownups, like-minded grownups that have similar sensitivities and values? As my first round of my Manifest Your Memories course comes to a close, I've been thinking a lot about how the heart of the course and what I want to contribute and see exist in the world, how it can live on in a very sustainable way. And as I was thinking through this, I thought about one of my favorite things in the world was actually critique day at college, in college, where we would come and show the work that we made and talk about it. And I just I would feel like this electric current of like, just satisfaction and like, oh my gosh, we had an assignment. We got to go off and work and create whatever we wanted to place our focus on, make something, and then put it up on a wall. And I got to talk about it with people that cared. And that's what I wanted to recreate. And that's what I'm making. I am going to create a community where once a month we gather, and once a month we make a piece of work that is comprised of only your most precious photos, the most important ones that you feel like represents what that month of your life has been for you. I just so love the idea of, choosing, being forced to have this intentionality of, if you had to choose just a couple, what are the couple of photos that really viscerally impact you from this last month of your life? What is it that you want to hold on to from this last month of your life? When I think about creating something as a tribute piece or something that honors the complexity of my feelings towards, something that's so abstract as my life and the wholeness of it, my way of processing that is through sort of like a modern day artful scrapbooking, like pairing 2 or 3 or 4 pictures with collage or handwriting or pictures of documents, whatever it is. And it's in the combining and the juxtaposition of this picture and this picture where the magic occurs. It's the way they talk to each other. It's the way that when these images are put together, it projects something different than when they're apart. Because isn't that just life in general? We take 2 different things and put it together, and it has a different taste. It has a different feeling. So the urge to create something new out of these photos that we already have is so satisfying because the work's already done and the work is going to be continuing regardless of if we make something new of it or not. The question is, what are you doing with the photos if you're just manically taking them and not taking the time to really sit with it while you're in that season and notice and witness and realize the life you're living while you're living it, not when you're looking back and wondering where the time is gone. Building in this conscious practice will be so life-giving. Like, I'm so excited to start. I'm someone who already, creates on a more regular basis, but there's something about this idea that just makes me come alive. It makes it feel like such a sacred experience. I don't have it all planned out yet, which is why I'm talking about it in a sort of looser fashion. But if you're interested in participating and joining a community like this, I encourage you I'm going to put the link in the show notes, but I have a freebie to see if you'd like. So part of my plan for this membership is that I supply templates, these artful, modern templates to help get your juices flowing if you feel the need. Like if you need prompts or if you feel like you don't quite know, what you're doing with Photoshop, whatever, I use super simple Canva to create these templates so that you could just drag and drop the photos that you choose and create from there. So it would be very minimal effort. The effort really lies in you just sitting and reflecting on the photos that you've taken and thinking about just what you want to do, what you want to drop in. But the actual execution is very, very simple and quick. So I have a freebie. It's called 3 Ways to Make the Most of Your Endless Photo Scroll. And in that freebie, I give you a little mini template. And it's from the self-discovery photo template book that I've created for Manifest Your Memories. But that will give you an idea of what I'm thinking about for these templates that I am going to include in the membership for the once a month piece of work that you're going to be making. So go to the show notes and click, or if you have me on Instagram, then you can go to my link in bio and find the link there so that you can enter your email address and then be sent straight to that Canva template. I'm so excited about this idea that I'm prematurely creating this podcast episode talking about it. That's how excited before I even have a name to it. I just feel like this is so right and so needed. And I cannot wait to be able to talk to people that care about their memories in the way that I do as well. And I don't think there's any substitution for talking to people that you know just get it, right? And I love to hear other people's stories. And that's kind of what I envision this to be. It's like a memory circle, it's a story hour once a month where we're able to come together and show and talk about if we had to choose one thing to point to and say this from the last month of our lives, this is what it is. Oh, I'm so excited. This is only the beginning, the very beginning. This is the the pre-beginning because I don't even have a name to tell you yet. But go ahead and opt into the freebie so that you can get a taste and shoot me a message. Shoot me a message if you're interested, if you have questions, if the idea excites you. And I so look forward to telling you more about this soon. Very, very soon. This is probably my next obsession. I truly believe this is so needed. And I mean, I know that because I know instantly that I need it. So if I feel like I truly need it this bad that I want to launch this yesterday, I want this to come to life immediately, then I'm thinking that a few of you are feeling the same as well. So I look forward to chatting with you soon.